Okay. Awesome. 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 Perfect. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. It is a fabulous evening. I am super excited. Hello. Hello. Tonight, I am launching my brand new signature program, the Change Your Life Coaching Program. I'm just so super excited because this has been a labor of love for me to create. And I've wanted to create something that was for people who are invested in real change in their life, a place where they can make a commitment to themselves and have someone guiding them and supporting them along their transformation. So super, super excited. For those of you that are here live, if you have any questions along the way, pop them in the chat and I will answer them. And for those of you who watch this later on YouTube, please reach out to me if you have any questions. I would be more than thrilled to answer them. Okay, let's get started. I'm so excited. This is just such one of those moments in your life where you choose to step into something and your life is never the same from that point on. So if I get a little emotional, I appreciate you being here with me. Okay, for those of you who don't know me, I am Alicia Sweezer and I am owner and founder of Who Knew Healing. I'm a certified professional life coach, as well as an intuitive and lots of other things. So I shorten that to intuitive life coach because with an intuitive life coach, you get the best of both worlds. I intuitively guide people who are stuck in their current reality to create the life they desire with joy, ease, and fun. Got to have some fun in there. Even though, you know, life is challenging enough and I'm all about the homework, we got to have some fun. So some of you know my story and how I came to do what I do today. And for those of you who don't, I'm going to share a little some of that. I was born with my intuitive gifts. And for most of my life, I either thought everyone was like me, like some of you have heard me tell the story that I thought all wildlife biologists talk to animals. And then I found out that wasn't true. It's pretty funny. And then the other side of where I just thought something was wrong with me. And I vacillated back and forth between those two ends of the spectrum. And I'm sure there's a lot of you that can relate to that. The other part is when you don't know what's happening, or especially if you don't have people around you that you can talk to about this stuff, you keep it inside, right? This world already isn't kind to things that are considered weird. Of course, it's getting different these days, but back when I was a kid, you didn't want to be the weird kid. And I still meet lots of people today who don't have people in their lives they can talk about this stuff with them. And I love that I get to be that person. I hear over and over, you're the only person I can tell this to. Fantastic. Let's find more people. But at a minimum, I am thrilled that I get to be there for you. So, and for a long time, I unconsciously turned off my gifts for many reasons. And I've had a lot of major transitions in my life. We'll chat about those. And they led to powerful transformations. So some of those included changing my career, my marriage, my divorce, multiple head injuries, and others. So, and then, I don't know, over a decade ago, one of these transitions occurred and my gifts came flooding in and went into high gear. So as I said, I used to be a wildlife biologist. It was my dream since I was a kid, and I achieved that dream. I was so fortunate to get to do what I always wanted to do. And then I got injured and I couldn't be a biologist anymore. And I am a very analytical person. And it's one of the things that makes me very unique in this business because I'm able to bridge logic and intuition. It's my superpower. And for a long time, I judged that. You know, we all have a superpower or many of them. And for some reason, we judge them until we can come to terms with how amazing it makes us and how unique it makes us. And it's the coolest thing then. So my ability to see and scrutinize behavior not only shows up in animals, but in people also. As I said, there are many big transformations I've had in my life, but the one I'm going to talk about tonight is my divorce. Or actually my marriage, and then the divorce. Any other divorcees out there? It's fun, isn't it? It's a fabulous process. So when I got divorced, I realized, although I think I had an idea before, I just didn't know what to do about it, that I had completely lost myself in the relationship. Anyone else out there do this? We're taught that marriage or a partnership like this is supposed to be our whole world. We are taught that we are only complete with another person. Remember the Jerry Maguire movie? You complete me. We are taught that this other person is supposed to be our everything and is solely responsible for our happiness. Guess what? All of that leads to codependency, people pleasing, resentment, and unhappiness. Living proof. I had made this relationship and this other person so much of my life that I completely disappeared. I didn't know what I wanted in life. I didn't know who I was. I remember one time someone asking me, it was a coworker, and they asked me, they wanted to buy me a birthday gift. And they asked me, what do you want for your birthday? And I literally had no idea. Like, there was so much that I had just not thought about myself for so long that I really had no idea what to tell someone to give me for my birthday. So I had given up my dreams and my desires, and I had made this other person and this relationship more important than me because of what safety is supposed to be offered in a relationship, right? This relationship, we don't want to be alone. It gives us safety. Well, I can tell you, it's all lies. Doesn't work out. Does not bring us happiness. I had no self-identity. And as a result, I wasn't in integrity with myself. And on top of this, my health was extremely challenged due to the head injuries. So I was trying to get through a divorce, right? All the logistics of what that looks like. It's selling a house and grieving and the emotional part, trying to figure out how to support myself because I could barely work part-time, trying to figure out who the heck I was and how I was going to create my new life going forward. Just a little bit of stress, just a little. It was fine. It's all fine. It's like Ross from Friends, where it's like, I'm fine. That's still me sometimes. So if you're wondering why I do what I do, now you know this is one of the main reasons. The universe directed me to this part of my path. I thought I would be a biologist forever. Never did I see these changes coming, and I love it. I would not change it for the world. I love that now that I am on the other side, I get to help people. So I spent some really hard years, not only learning who I was, but unlearning who I thought I was, who I was told that I was. And that was a really, really hard part. Undoing what we've been taught we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to act and what we should be doing. It's really, really challenging. I wish I would have had someone at that point in time to guide me along with that. I was a massive people pleaser. How massive? Well, as I said, I did it to the point that I, as an individual, didn't exist anymore. I was a massive caretaker and an enabler also, because I thought that's what love was supposed to be. Anyone else out there have these traits? They were ruining my life because they were running everything underneath. And I was so freaking unhappy, but I didn't know why. Because in my mind, I'm like, this is what love is. I don't know why this feels so terrible. It just didn't make sense. And I didn't have anyone to talk to about it. And the people that, you kind of talk to about it, they didn't really understand either because they weren't taught anything different. They were taught the same thing. So it was a very challenging journey to start to find my voice and to speak up for myself. So we honestly don't have all of the time in the world tonight to tell this whole story. So you get the Cliff Notes outline version. Do they even still have Cliff Notes? Am I dating myself here? They probably don't have Cliff Notes in college now. And here's the thing. This story has an unbelievably freaking happy ending. I love who I am today. Not only do I like myself, but I love myself. I never thought that is something I would be able to say. It is the most amazing feeling. I thought I would always be trying to earn love from other people to feel good about myself. Nope. This is what the inner work can do. These are the changes and transformations that can happen with programs like this. That stuff shifts on the inside. So I'm no longer searching in this world or searching from another person to fill me up. That's my responsibility. I'm in charge of the experience that I'm having here. And I wouldn't trade it, like I keep saying. So are you able to say that you love who you are? Are you able to say that you are living out your dreams? Would you like to be able to say that? If that's true for you, then this is what this program is for. This is a great program for you. So it's a little bit about me and why I do this work. I have been there. I know how much it hurts to not be living the life that you want, to not have the kind of relationship you want. And I'm talking all sorts of relationships, your friends, your families, romantic, to want more in your life and not know how to get it, to be making yourself so small that it gives you a sick feeling and you don't know how to find your way out, simply because you haven't been taught, not because you haven't wanted it bad enough, not because you haven't tried all kinds of things out there and it didn't make a difference. I know you have, and I know you didn't get the sustained results that you want. I have been there. I have been in counseling and still didn't see things change. And I made a video about this. It's because I wasn't given tools to make these changes. It's one thing to say, I'm being codependent. It is a whole other thing to say, I am being codependent, and these are the steps I'm going to do to change that. See how empowering that is? Feel the difference in the energy of that? Feel how that is a higher vibration and it lifts you up? It's a completely different experience. So where are these steps? Guess what? I have the steps. It's all about the inner work and the homework, my darlings. I provide a framework for your new beliefs, not just lofty ideas that you have no idea how to implement. It's like when people are always like, oh, just be positive or make a gratitude list. That's great, but it doesn't give me the sustained results that I'm looking for. It doesn't integrate and change those things at a foundational level. I have tried to be positive a lot. And when you don't have the tools to support that, you end up getting more exhausted from trying to be positive, and then you judge yourself because you weren't able to be positive. And it's a vicious circle. I have been there. It's not fun. So I'm going to tell you about one of my clients to demonstrate this. When he came to me, he was trying to get over a very addictive, codependent relationship. You know, the kind where we believe this is the perfect person and we believe there's never going to be another person like this ever, like they're the unicorn of our partners. Those relationships, right? They get you right in the stomach. So he was doing all of those behaviors that I described before. He had a belief that he was broken, that he wasn't enough, let alone good enough. He was people pleasing, and he compared himself to other men constantly. He had zero sense of who he was. He didn't know what he wanted to create in his life. And because of all of these beliefs and insecurities and old programming, he had a habit of clinging, chasing, and the need to prove himself. Anyone out there, can you relate to that? For those of you who want to read more about the need to prove ourselves, check out my blog. I wrote about it one day. We've all been there. So we started step by step deconstructing these beliefs and these thought patterns. And it was the best because he was so funny, because when he would get stuck in victimhood or chasing, he would tell me it was just something that instantly happened and he had no control over it. It just consumed him. And he had all the feelings in his body and there was nothing he could do about it. It was the cutest thing. So then when I started to show him the pattern of what actually happens behind every behavior we have, it blew his mind. This is where my analytical science part really shines. I have been told I have the ability to take a concept, question, thought, behavior, and turn it not even upside down, but beyond that, and show people what is really underneath when we pull it apart in a completely different way. It's so much fun for me. And it creates change for people in a way that they never knew was possible. And sometimes it happens super fast. With the stuff, who doesn't want stuff that happens quicker? So over time, we worked through the steps of this, and now he recognizes when that thought or feeling shows up for him. And now he knows, oh, I'm wanting to chase. Oh, I'm wanting to prove myself here. He also has a need to be right? Like he wants to be right all the time. And he recognizes that, or he recognizes when his insecurity that he's believing he's less than pops up. And here's the thing, even if he never learned anything else from me, this one thing changed his life forever because it's a foundational piece. And as a result, it has changed every relationship in his life. I'm talking family, I'm talking girlfriends, I'm talking his friends, even coworkers, because he functions from a different place. His self-awareness is through the roof now, and he's recognizing when he falls into these old patterns. And now he has language, conscious communication, right? You hear me talk about that all the time. It's one of my passions. He has language for that. So when those situations pop up, he can communicate in a way that he now feels seen and heard. He doesn't do it from a place of victimhood. He doesn't do it from a place of blaming. He doesn't do it from a place of needing to be right. He does it from a place of connection and, what's the other word I wanted to use? Compassion. So, and honestly, he has made so many other changes. It truly has been a privilege to be part of his journey. And in his testimonial, he says, I've done a lot of therapy in my life, and Alicia was the only person who gave him homework to change these things. That blows my mind. With all of the mental health professionals we have out there and all of the alternative therapies, I just can't believe that I'm the only person that's ever given homework. So through this work, he became clear on who he is and what he wants to create in his life. I started telling you the story because I used to be that person. And now I end this story showing you how I can help others change their lives. I have no doubt there'll be more stories like this as we go along, and I continually tell you about this program. So as a free sneak peek, I'm going to give you a little homework tonight so you can see what it's like to work with me. It's all about the homework, people. If you're being challenged with behaviors you no longer want to have, if you want to get back to the parts of you that you miss, if you want to discover all of who you are, then this homework is for you. I'm going to give you the 2 parts, and then I'm going to give you some ideas, and then I'm going to give you an example at the end. So don't stress. The first task is to write down a list of who you are. Now, what does that mean? I wanted this to be an open-ended list because I wanted to come from inside you and let those parts that we don't really think about come up. And I'll give you some ideas. So it's very exciting. I love this stuff. This list can include personality traits, your perspectives on things, how you feel cared about. For those of you that didn't read that blog or watch that video and you want to know what that means, read the blog or watch the video. This list can include your intuitive gifts. How would your friends describe you? And whatever else pops up. Really spend some time with this and make it fun. Not all of this homework, like I am an overachiever. I was an A student. I took homework super, super seriously. Yes, this is serious stuff when we're looking at how we want to transform our lives. And it doesn't have to be, no one's grading this. You don't have to chase the A anymore. You don't have to chase the gold star. So have some fun with it. Let it be light. Play with it. Be introspective and just write down whatever pops in your head. There isn't a right way or a wrong way to do this. So just set your left brain off to the side. This list is just for you. Don't judge the list or yourself. Remember, it's just all information. Like all it is data that we're gathering. And also, don't use the list to then judge yourself against. Not that I would know anything about that. I used to have this habit of I would learn new tools and then I would find a way to use the new tools against me of like how I wasn't living up to these new ideas and that kind of stuff. Don't do that. It's not fun. Luckily, I don't do that anymore. But we will find a way to measure ourselves if that is an old programming behavior that you've had, even with something that's good for us. So after you do this list and you spend some time with it and you let it percolate, right? You want all this energy to come up. People don't realize, it's so funny that even in the sessions when I'm with my clients and we may just be talking about things, and at the end of the session, they're like, I'm so tired. I'm like, yeah, because what they don't realize, this is the intuitive part that's so awesome, is you're doing energy work at the same time. Every time we're talking about one of these beliefs or we're shifting or we're changing your behaviors, the energy that has been stuck and has been holding that in place releases. So you can be tired after a session and you have no idea why, because you're working on multiple levels at the same time. That's why these changes happen at a foundational level. They just don't happen up here with your language or your behavior. It happens on all of the levels. So make this list, let it percolate. And then the second part of the homework is I want you to make a list of who you want to be. It will be so cool and interesting to see where these lists are the same and where they're different. This will give you so much information about yourself and for you to see where you are or aren't creating the life that you want. So here's an example. I have a client, when he first started to come and see me, one of the things, he's, going through a relationship breakup. And one of the things that he noticed about himself was, he's like, I used to laugh more. Like I used to be really jovial and I used to laugh and I used to make jokes and I used to be light and have joy. And he's like, I don't do that anymore. Like it was really, and I get it, I've been there, but it was really profound for him to see that. And he says, I miss that part of me. He's like, I want that back. So for him, what this homework would look like is, right, so on the first list of who you are now, his would say, not having as much laughter as he would like, not having as much light and joy, and telling jokes. On his second list of who he wants to be, it would now say something like, I enjoy laughing. I have people around me that I get to laugh with and tell jokes. I am witty again. I have light and joy, and I laugh on a daily basis. So it's just an example, just a quick one there of kind of the differences in those lists and what we're looking for and the information that it can really give you. Because like I said, I was doing this work with him and, he's got a couple lists he's working on, and it particularly when you're going through a breakup, like there's lots of things going on. But if you're in a place where you're not, just sitting down and thinking about those things, because we don't often do that, right? Our lives are busy. If you've got kids or, you're running a business, like I can tell you, I'm what are they called? Solo entrepreneur. There's a lot to do behind the scenes. So it's not always the time or even the awareness or consciousness to sit down and do these kind of things, which is why it's great to have a coach to be like, look, this is what we're going to do. This is what the universe wants you to do this week. And you go, okay. And then you start to gather all this information about yourself and your awarenesses start to change and you see yourself differently. And then we start to integrate that and your life changes from that moment on because you can't unsee something. So it's really cool that even though it may look like, oh, I just changed a thought or a belief pattern, but that will have a ripple effect everywhere in your life. And from that point on in your life. So that's just what some of this homework can do, why I love it so much. All right. Now, the fun program details. Who is this program for? Is it for you? Let's find out. People who want to grow and create at the next level and who want something different in their relationships, especially the relationship with themselves. That is who this program is for. If you want to change your life regardless of what anyone else has told you about yourself, and you want to learn to trust your inner voice and use your intuition to navigate this world with ease and use your superpowers, this is the program for you. People who understand that true sustainable growth and change isn't achieved overnight. There's no magic pill. I get it. I know how bad everyone wants the magic pill. There are days I want the magic pill. It doesn't exist. So people who want to heal at a foundational level so they're not stuck in patterns or riding the roller coaster anymore, that's who this program is for. People who have been told they're too sensitive, right? And would like tools to support your unique ability to see this world differently, this program is for you. If you believe that you are a co-creator in your life and you're ready to take responsibility and create something different, join me. Let's do this. Join the program. If you would like a partner or guide in your journey that will hold you accountable and keep you moving forward on your path, this is the program for you. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about why my program is different. And here's the thing. Right now, the trend in coaching, personal transformation, personal growth, the trend right now is for self-guided classes with no exclusive private coaching, only group coaching and no private one-on-one sessions. My program is different because it has exclusive private time, group coaching, and teaching. My program is unique because I will meet you exactly where you are at, and you will get a program that is designed specifically for you, tailor-made to you and your desires and needs. You get a personalized, exclusive experience. This isn't a canned program that is the same for everyone else. I meet you where you're at, and I take you where you need or want to go. And I will be in your corner every step of the way. I will believe in you until you are able to believe in yourself. All right, what does the program include? Give us the details. It's the good stuff. This program includes a private 1-hour intake session, and then monthly. So every month, you're going to get 2 private 1-hour coaching sessions with me, a group coaching session where you'll gain valuable insight from other people's experiences. You'll get a chance to ask questions as well, and a sense of community. And once a month, I'll be teaching the group some topic that will move everyone along on their journey. So you will have access to me 4 times a month. You might get a little sick of me. My program also includes bonuses, such as discounts on other courses I may offer during your contract period, free copy of my happiness list, and a free copy of my ebook. There are multiple options for timeframes for this program. It is offered in 3-month, 6-month, and 1-year time options. Like I said, this program is for people who want foundational change in their life that will continue with them forever. Alrighty, now, here's what you really want to know, right? What's the investment? What's the dollars? For the 3-month period, it is only $1,500. For the 6-month period, it is only $3,000. And for an entire year, it is only $5,000. For a year, we're going to be in a relationship. We're going to get to know each other. I wanted to make this accessible to everyone who wanted to change their life. I know right now, especially of our economy in this country, everyone is raising their prices right now. And some people are charging $5,000 a month for a program like this. And who knows, someday I might do that. And for now, I wanted to make this program available to people who really wanted it. Here's the thing. There are only 20 spots open in this program. I am keeping this group small because there is something magical and transformational that happens with a group like this. How do you get started? Reach out and set up your free discovery call, and we will go from there. I will answer all of your questions, and then we can start this adventure together. For my readers out there, there are a ton of details on my website about this program. Please visit it. And also, if you want to learn more about me or how I see the world or what I teach, then I invite you to read my blogs or watch my videos. They will give you a sense of what it's like to work with me. If they resonate with you, then check out this program. This program is an investment in you, and I know that can be scary. And I want you to ask yourself, is it scarier for your life to continue as it is now? For my people with commitment challenges, there is a refund policy. You can end your program at any time, and your refund will be prorated for the days left in your program, in your term. You do not lose any money. This isn't the type of program where you pay the amount and then something happens and you're just out of luck. Okay, here we go. This program opens this Friday, July 1st. My birthday month, right? Like, I'm sure there's some astrological thing in that. I have some amazing friends who do astrology. I forgot to ask them that, but I'm sure there's something to do. All right, opens Friday, and registration is going to be ongoing till all spots are filled. Get your spot now. Like I said, only 20 spots, only 20 people are going to be allowed in this program. I will leave you with this. One of the things that all of my clients and students say about me is that they know they can trust what I'm teaching them because I use the tools myself every day, and I live by the same principles that I teach. That is how I know this stuff works. I also wanted to say a massive thank you to all of the people who have supported me through my journey and who continue to be my cheerleaders. Words cannot express my feelings for you. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I know your time is valuable, and I appreciate you giving some of it to me. Reach out and find out more about this program. Step into changing your life. Call me. Let's do this. All right, I'll talk to you soon.